Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I will start with this chart. Weekly chart goes back several years that we've been holding, testing, and holding the 394.29 rising 7-month, 8-month channel bottom. Goes back to the April low, whatever that is. I think it's about 8 months. 394.29, as we've been saying, multi-week 4-star support can contain selling through the rest of the year and above which over the next 2 to 3 months, something like that, 3 to 5 months, we should push on up to that 528.40 5-year channel top, which has been an objective anyway for the last 2.5 months or so following this settlement 2.5 months ago above 366.20. But in terms of upward momentum, in terms of pullback support to buy into, it really is 394.29. That is our weekly support. The daily chart has 392.57. I believe that is the wrong number. Bear with me here for a second. Yes, 393.75. That chart was not updated. So I'm a bit of a stickler for these kinds of things. I will say that if you're looking at the 2 to 3 week target or the 2 to 3 week time horizon, we've been saying how you can bottom pick what is now in the low 390s, was in the mid 380s just about a week and a half ago, now lower 390s, 393.75 to 394.29, bottom picking territory for day traders, for 3 to 5 day swing traders who could then anticipate, where are you, this 429.53 formation, which is what we've been saying now for the last few days. And in fact, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 week swing trade is, you're buying the low 390s, 393.75, and you're taking profits at 456.05. You can also sell short 456.05 as a 2 to 3 week swing trade to the downside, perhaps. We could fill this wedge in for the next 3 to 5 weeks, perhaps. But keep in mind, we are still anticipating holding above 393.75, holding above 394.29 on the weekly chart, this 528.40 formation over the next several months. And if over the next few weeks we close above 456.05, I think you would agree that 528.40 level is probably just 3 to 5 weeks away from being realized. There is a channel top at 499.81 that is continuing to rise and will, by the end of the year, converge anyway with 528.40. So that is the big picture. Once again, holding above, this is the wrong number. Just erase this from your mind and make it.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
393.75, which is the updated, this is the right chart here to show here. Holding above 393.75 keeps 456.05 in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And yes, 528.40 in reach over the next 2 to 3 months. And if we can close above 456.05, no good reason to be short Tesla as we move through the rest of the year and into January. 3 to 5 week buy signal then to 528.40, which is likely over the next 2 to 3 months, last time I'm going to say it, above this 393.75 formation. So let's get to the day itself. This formation is still a tradable level on an intraday basis, and in fact, holding above 416.28 will keep 429.53 in reach as a likely day target. We could top out here for the day. If you're looking for a day trade, a sellable level, maybe you've been along since 393.75. We've mentioned how this is a 3 to 5 day swing trade. And so if that is true, you want to take at least some profits at 429.53 because it just might contain buying into Thanksgiving. For a day or two, we could fall back perhaps into the low to mid 390s. Closing above 429.53, our 2 to 3 week upside objective at 456.05 is then likely realized inside of 3 to 5 days, where we could top out through next week, fall away into December, and if settled above, as we keep saying, this 528.40 level, likely within 3 to 5 weeks of closing above 456.05. Now let's cover the downside. It's pretty straightforward. If we do, I'm just going to go with close below 393.75, 366.20 likely within 3 to 5 days or less. And as we continue into January, or at least through the rest of the year, a settlement below the 393.75 formation will keep 310.61 in reach. And I'm going to go with 3 to 5 weeks here. Present volatility, I think, would allow that. By the end of the year, we test 310.61 following a settlement below 393.75. You should throw in a 1% violation threshold on this 393.75 because this is a line study that exceeds 6 months. And so it is the sort of rubber band stretching. When does it snap to the downside? That would be a settlement today at 390.35 or lower, then setting up 310.61 as a 3 to 5 week objective. Is there anything else to say? Yes, one more thing, that if we do close below 393.75, it looks like this on the weekly chart. You can see these wild swings, that if we were to close below it, there is a case to be made for the low 200s perhaps over the next 3 to 5 months. But I've also mentioned how the more reliable approach is the stair step, where you're playing the short side, perhaps down to 310.61, taking profits, even reversing and going long. We could round out of here as we move in through the first quarter. And if we close below 310.61, 203.88, then likely within 2 to 3 months. I'm just putting this out there for those of you who like to trade the long-term swings, closing below that 393.75 level. You might reach for 200 strike out of the money puts that don't. I would go a year out on this, kind of a 3 to 5 month, call it a 6 month potential play that becomes likely with a violation of 310.61. I think that pretty much rounds it out. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. We put out 2 stock picks a week. There'll be one coming out today, Tuesday, etc., another on Thursday. And so I am going to leave it at that for Tuesday's Daily Tesla Report, and you have a great day.